scholars. Welcome to Module 2, Lesson 11. Today, we're going to work on solving measurement word problems. As always, you will need something to write with along with this lesson. We are going to review several concepts and then work on our whiteboards or paper and pencil as we solve word problems. Now, let's rename tens. I want you to say to yourself the meaning of the words I share with you. 7/10 is the same as 70. 8/10 is the same as 80. 9/10, say the number 90. 10/10, say the number 100. 11/10, say the number 110. 12/10, say the number 120. 16/10, say the number 160. 19/10, say the number 190. Now, what's halfway between 0/10 and 1/10? Halfway between 0 and 10. Use the number line on the right if you are uncertain. 5 is halfway between 0/10 and 1/10. What's halfway between 10 and 20? 15 is halfway between 10 and 20. Let's draw a vertical number line on our personal boards. Make a tick on each end for the halfway point. Let's make this between 3 tens and 4 tens. Label the ends as 30 and 40, and now let's write the halfway point. What's halfway between 3 tens and 4 tens? 35. Let's do this again. You can just reset the parts of your ticks and keep the number line. 6 tens and 7 tens. What should I label my end points? 60 and 70. What's halfway between those? 65. Let's do it again. Let's label this between 8 tenths and 9 tenths. What would we label it as? We would label it as 80 and 90. What's the halfway point? 85 is our halfway point. Now, remember, if I'm going too fast for you, feel free to pause the video. That's why it's a video. Let's do it again. Let's do it as 5 tenths and 6 tenths. Now, the endpoints would be 50 and 60. Let's label a halfway point. The halfway point is 55. Let's do this again. Let's label it between 4 tenths and 5 tenths. That means we would have our endpoints as 40 and 50. What's the halfway point? 45. Let's read a beaker. Let's start at the bottom and count by 1 liter. Let's go as we count. 1 liter, 2 liters, 3 liters, 4 liters. Now I'll show you a quantity each beaker will hold. Write the volume on your board. 1 liter. Great, let's do another one. Read the beaker and write the volume on your board. 3 liters. Read the beaker and write the volume on your board. 2 liters. Let's start at the bottom, and this time we'll count by 100 milliliters. 100 milliliters, 200 milliliters, 300 milliliters, 400 milliliters, 500 milliliters, 600 milliliters, 700 milliliters, 800 milliliters, 900 milliliters, 1,000 milliliters, or as we know it, 1 liter. Now, I'll show you how much the water it holds. Write the volume on your board. 600 milliliters. Great, let's do another one. Read the beaker and write the volume on your board. 300 milliliters. Read the beaker and write the volume on your board. 800 milliliters. Read the beaker and write the volume on your board. 900 milliliters. Read the beaker and write the volume on your board. 400 milliliters. Read the beaker and write the volume on your board. This one is 450 milliliters. It's in between the 400 and 500. Halfway between 400 and 500 is 450. Let's do this again. Read the beaker and write the volume on your board. 200 milliliters. Read the beaker and write the volume on your board. 150 milliliters. Let's start at the bottom of the beaker and count by 500 milliliters. 500 milliliters, 1 liter. Now I will show you how much water it holds. Write the volume on your board. 500 milliliters. Great, let's do one more. Read the beaker and write what the volume is on your board. 1 liter. Now, we're going to start solving word problems. The first one will use addition and subtraction. A pet mouse weighs 34 grams. A pet hamster weighs 126 grams more than the mouse. Model the problem on your board. You can have the pet mouse, which is 34 grams, and then the pet hamster. I added the pet hamster on to by labeling 126 grams. I put them together. Now, is there a simplifying way that we can use to find out how much a hamster weighs? Well, 126 is almost 130 grams. We can use the 4 from 134 to complete the 10 in 126 and make it 130. That way, I could think of it as 30 plus 130, and that's easy. How might this help us with similar problems using mental math? Well, we can look for other problems with 6 in the ones place and see if making a 4, if getting a 4 makes it a more simple problem. We can always look for ways to make a 10. Now, let's do one more problem before moving on to part 2 of today's lesson. I'm going to let you pick. Choose one of the word problems and work it out on your board. Here are your options. Robert's crate of tools weighs 12 kilograms. He takes his power tools out. Now the crate weighs 4 kilograms. How many kilograms do the power tools weigh? That's one option. Judith squeezes 140 milliliters of lemon juice to make 1 liter of lemonade. How many milliliters of lemonade are in 2 liters? Take a moment and pause the video. Solve one of the 2 problems. Great job! We are now going to solve some word problems that involve multiplication. A pitcher of shaved ice needs 5 milliliters of food coloring to turn red. How many milliliters of food coloring are needed to make 9 pitchers of shaved ice red? How would you represent and solve this problem? Well, we could draw 5 groups or 9 groups of 5. The 9 pitchers represent groups, and the pitcher of shaved ice needs 5 milliliters in each. This makes me think of 9 times 5, which is 45. And it needs 45 milliliters of food coloring to make 9 pitchers of shaved ice red. If you have a different strategy, feel free to tell me by sending me a message. Now let's solve. I'm going to share 2 multiplication problems with you, just like we did before. I would like you to choose one of them to complete by yourself. Alyssa drinks 3 liters of water every day. How many liters will she drink in 8 days? Now, here's your other option. There are 4 grams of almonds in each bag of mixed nuts. How many grams of almonds are there in 7 bags? Choose one, solve. Now we're going to solve a word problem involving division. At the pet shop, there are 36 liters of water in a tank of water. Each fishbowl holds 4 liters. How many fishbowls can the shopkeeper fill using the water in the tank? Go ahead and solve. The equation that I thought of was 36 divided by 4. I know I could also think 4 times unknown equals 36. I could also skip count by 34 to 36. 4, 8, 12, 16, 20, 24, 28, 32, 36. That would be 9. So I know that there will be 9 fish bowls filled but using the water in the tank. If you have a different strategy, feel free to share with me. Now I'm going to get 2 more practice problems. Pick one of them and solve. Every day the school garden gets watered with 7 liters of water. How many days until the garden has been watered with 49 liters? Here's your other option. A bin at the grocery store holds 9 kilograms of walnuts. The total value of 9 kilograms of walnuts is 36. How much does 1 kilogram of walnuts cost? Next, you're going to transition to your Google Slides to work on your problem set. You will have the option to make tape diagrams by dragging and manipulating the boxes. You can also use your numbers to represent equations. If you want to insert a text box to type, go to Insert Text Box, and then you can add your own writing space. Afterwards, go on Touch Elastic to solve your exit ticket. Your exit tickets are very important for your grades and attendance, so make sure you get this stuff done. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day.